game time.
Hey everybody, welcome back to NTW. My name is Rob, and yes, it is game time. And we are back on World of Warcraft, playing our human protection Paladin. And we are going to queue up for 2 more dungeons today. And what have we got going on today? Well, last episode we knocked out the Foulspore Cavern and Razorfen Crawl. Today we're going into Maraudon-Earth Song Falls. That should finish up Maraudon, and then we never have to see that one again, thank God. And Razorfen Downs. So, Downs I don't think I have done in a while. That one will be interesting. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll survive. I'm going to get queued up and we'll come back with you. Alright, we are queued up for our first dungeon here today. It is Razorfen Downs. Legends state that where the demigod Agamagan fell, his blood gave rise to the great masses of thorny vines. Recently, scouts have reported seeing undead milling about the region, engendering fears of the dreaded scourge may be moving to conquer Kalimdor. Alright, let's get started. Alright, we are here on our first box. This is Aerox. The Arachnomancers of the Death's Hand cult are particularly proud of their efforts. After many failed attempts, they have finally created a suitable guardian for Death Speaker Blackthorn. Aerox is a huge spider whose body bristles with toxin-filled pustules that burst and ooze noxious liquids. The Arachnomancers now await the opportune moment to unleash their creation. Web strand, bursting pedestals, and plagued bite. Those are his 3 main moves. Web strand attaches a long strand of filament of webbing to a target that begins dragging the player towards himself. If Rux pulls a player close enough, they are bitten and infected with plague bite, causing 218 nature damage every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. Bursting pustules inflicts 54 nature damage to nearby enemies, and plague bite injects the target with a plague-filled toxin that inflicts 218 nature damage over 2 seconds for 10 seconds. The target's movement speed is also reduced by 50%. Okay, we are at our next boss here. This is Mordesh Fire Eye. Through necromantic magic, Death Speaker Blackthorn was able to rekindle the flames of Mordesh's Fire Eye's soul, returning him to undeath. As a former shaman, Mordesh has exerted his twisted control over the elements. He burns and scorches all those who threaten the Death Speaker's work. Lava Burst hurls molten lava at the target, inflicting 435 fire damage. Mordesh Fire Eye creates a rift to the elemental plane of fire, summoning a Blaze Servitor to assist the caster. Blaze Servitor has Inferno, showers Showers globs of lava around the caster that inflict 217 fire damage to all targets within 1 yard of impact. And Fiery Link, a fiery beam connects each blazing servitor. Contact with the beam inflicts 218 fire damage every 0.5 seconds. Okay, this is our third boss here. This is Mushlump. A recent creation of the Death Speaker Blackthorn, Mushlump is a grotesque collection of parts collected from other failed creations, full of bile, pus, and other noxious humors. Mushlump contaminates the halls leading to Death Speaker Blackthorn. Smackdown. Inflict physical damage to the current target every 1 second for 3 seconds. Tummy ache. Inflicts 626 nature damage to all enemies within a cone 40 yards long. And Putrid Funk. Mushlump vomits up a cloud of bile. Enemies within the area are infected with disease, inflicting 150 nature damage every 3 seconds. Okay, after a very long spiral grind all the way to the top of this platform, we have reached our fourth boss. This is Death Speaker Blackthorn. Death Speaker Blackthorn rose quickly through the ranks of the Death's Hand cult after the defeat of Amenar, the Coldbringer. Shortly after usurping control of the cult, Blackthorn began receiving dark whispers. The whispers promised power and riches beyond belief if he could return Amenar to life. Compelled by unnatural energies, Blackthorn discovered the location of Amenar's phylactery and has returned to Razorfen Downs to complete the ritual that will return his former master to life once more. He summons skeletons. He summons 3 skeleton warriors to assist him. Shockwave. Blackthorn rears back and summons unholy strength to pummel enemies in a cone 20 yards long in front of the caster, inflicting massive physical damage. Shadows engulf target, inflicting 218 damage. every 3 seconds, and Shadow Man calls upon Shadow Magic to heal a single undead target. Okay, and immediately after you defeat Death Speaker Blackthorn, you go right into Almanar the Coldbringer. The Lich Almanar was once a force of reckoning within the Scourge, participating in the assault on Mount Hyjal during the Third War. Afterward, the Lich King instructed his servant to remain in Kalimdor and expand the Scourge's influence. This effort was thwarted by heroes of the Horde and Alliance. However, now that the relative peace that has been brought to Razorfen Downs may be threatened, Deathspeaker Blackthorn hopes to revive this powerful Lich and renew the assault on the Barrens. Almanar has Frozen Bomb. Almanar creates an area of freezing cold that inflicts 136 frost damage to all enemies within the area of effect. Soul Leech drains 163 health every second, transferring 75% of it to the caster and inflicts 54 shatter damage to all enemies. Entering Redeemed Soil causes Almanar to become overwhelmed, stunning him for 6 seconds. Alright, that was Razorfen Downs. We got completed. We will get queued up and get ready for our next dungeon.
Almanar will no longer control the Quillbore nor threaten Kalimdor.
Okay, we're in Maraudon, Earthsong Falls. And as stated in the last episode, Maraudon, unfortunately, though it has 3 parts, only has 1 description. But we'll go ahead and read it again and see if we can get it through this time without actually faltering. According to legend, Zatar, son of Sonaris, and the Earth Elemental Princess Thorandras, begot the barbaric centaur race. Shortly after the centaur's creation, the ruthless creatures murdered their father. The grief-stricken Thorandras is said to have trapped her lover's spirit within Maraudon, corrupting the region. Now vicious centaur ghosts and twisted elemental minions roam every corner of the sprawling caves. Well, I almost got it through there. We have 2 main bosses to complete the dungeon, and then there's a 3rd one at the end. Okay, we're at our first boss for Earthsong Falls. This is Landslide. For years, the ancient mountain giant known as Landslide cultivated brilliant crystal gardens in Maraudon. But Thorandras enthralled the behemoth when she took up residence there. This once stoic giant now lives only to serve his tyrannical new master. First ability is Knockaway. Landslide inflicts physical damage to its current target, knocking them back. Trample. Landslide tramples all players within 101 yards, inflicting physical damage. And Landslide. Landslide stuns all players within 2 yards for 8 seconds and summons a Thorandran Shardling every 2 seconds. And the Shardling has the ability Strike, Throndrum, Shardling, strike players, inflicting physical damage. Okay, we've come to the second boss. This is also the main boss of the Earthsong Falls. This is the gorgeous and beautiful Princess Throndrus. The Earth Elemental Throndrus, Therazane, the Stone Mother's sole daughter, resides in Maraudon's inner sanctum. Influenced by the old gods, the princess transformed her home into a den of corruption and suffering. Some believe that her foul powers are tied to the spirit of the dead lover Zatar. If so, liberating the fallen keeper of the grove might be the only hope of cleansing Maraudon. First move is Thrash. Princess Throndrus thrashes, attacking 2 additional times. Repulsive Gaze. Princess Throndrus gazes at her current target, fearing all players within 81 yards for 6 seconds. Boulder. Princess Throndrus hurls a boulder at a random player, inflicting physical damage, interrupting casting and stunning them for 2 seconds. And Dust Field. Princess Throndrus shakes the ground, inflicting nature damage to all players within 201 yards, knocking them back. Alright, though we technically completed Maraudon already, we went ahead and decided to jump into the river and take on Rock Grip as well. For no particular reason other than the actual full completion. Rock Grip. Rumor has it that Rock Grip has dwelled in the Maraudon subterranean waters for millennia. The famed dwarven hunter Hemet Nessingwary once proclaimed that the beast could not be found, and a number of amateur trackers accepted the challenge of seeking out the legendary creature. None of them have ever returned. First move is Puncture. Rock Grip punctures his current target, inflicting physical damage every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. And the second move is Fatal Bite. Rock Grip bites its current target, inflicting physical damage and healing himself for twice the amount of damage dealt. Alright, that's got to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. We're done with Maraudon. We don't no longer have to worry about that. Thank God. Maraudon is not my favorite dungeon. I'm not quite sure I know anybody that actually likes it. It's so long, and the fact that they had to split up into 3 parts. But that one is done. We no longer have to worry about that one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys learned something about why we're running these dungeons and why we're fighting these bosses. If you guys like what you see and you want to see more, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you get notified every time a new episode comes online. Also, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I will read every comment and try to respond to them the best I can. And don't forget to share this video around. Let's help grow our channel. We're still trying to get to 50 subs. That's our next big goal. Until next time, guys, I will talk to you guys later. And again, my name is Rob. And always remember, take care of yourselves.